Dell has recently released their new Dell Premier Wireless ANC headset, the WL7024, which is not only the first premium professional headset designed and manufactured by Dell, but is also what Dell claims is the world's most intelligent wireless headset in its class due to its dual-directional AI-based noise cancellation, which distinguishes human voices and reduces background noise from both your and your audience's surroundings, ensuring voice clarity in listening and speaking during calls no matter where you are. So in this review, we'll put Dell's claims to the test and compare how well Dell's innovative AI-based noise cancellation performs in terms of voice call quality against its closest rival, the Voyager Surround 80 UC, and against the best portable professional headset for voice call quality, the Jabra Evolve 2 65 Flex, against the best open office headset for voice call quality, the EPOS Impact 1061 ANC. So let's get started. To begin with, let's define the 10 most important requirements for what the best professional headset from 2024 onwards must have. First, the best professional headset must have wireless Bluetooth support with reliable multi-point connectivity and up to 100 feet in range. Second, the best professional headset must have a Boomless microphone with best-in-class voice call quality. Third, the best professional headset must have best-in-class ANC. Fourth, the best professional headset must have a comfortable over-the-ear design with best-in-class passive noise cancellation. Fifth, the best professional headset must have a USB-C Bluetooth dongle with an included USB-A adapter. Sixth, the best professional headset must be certified for Microsoft Teams Open Office as well as Zoom certified and compatible with all major UC platforms. 7. The best professional headset must have the best-in-class talk time. 8. The best professional headset must have a dedicated mute, ANC transparency, and Microsoft Teams button controls along with supplemental touch controls. 9. The best professional headset must have the best price and the best price to performance and price to value ratio. And finally, number 10, the best professional headset must have the best warranty in its class. Now, before we go into details on how the new Dell Premier Wireless ANC headset, the WL7024, stacks up against its closest rivals for these 10 requirements, let's first quickly state that although we've tested all the high-end wireless Bluetooth consumer-grade headphones for microphone voice call quality from Bose and Apple, and then tested the best of them with either an auxiliary microphone cable or a wired boom mic, we can safely conclude that, with exception of ANC and comfort, none of these consumer-grade headphones that we tested, or for that matter any consumer headphones that we haven't tested, meet any of the other 8 important requirements for what the best professional headset must have. So now that we've effectively eliminated consumer headphones from this comparison, let's quickly show which professional headsets of the same class in terms of over-the-air design and boomless microphone that are available for purchase today compare against the Dell Premier Wireless ANC headset, the WL7024. The first competitor is the Voyager Surround 80 or 85, which comes with a charging stand, of which both versions were released in 2023. The second competitor is the EPOS Adapt 600 series, which was released in 2020. And the last competitor is the Bang & Olufsen Cisco 980, which was released in 2022. So let's start with the first requirement. The best professional headset must have wireless Bluetooth support with reliable multi-point connectivity and up to 100 feet in range. So when we look at each of the 4 headset specs, we can see that the Dell WL7024 has the best range listed at 100 feet. However, since the claimed range of 100 feet is very close to the Voyager Surround 80 and 85 claimed range of 98 feet, we decided to test which of these 2 headsets have the best range in real-world testing. And the Dell WL7024 consistently beat our Voyager Surround 80 in both an obstructed indoor space with lots of Wi-Fi, cellular, and Bluetooth RF interference, and also beat our Voyager Surround 80 in an outdoor environment with no other Wi-Fi or Bluetooth RF interference. Moving on to the second requirement, the best professional headset must have a Boomless microphone with best-in-class voice call quality. Now, why would you want a Boomless mic given that boom mics typically provide better voice call quality? The main reason is simply looks and aesthetics, which appeals to the vanity of human beings. The second reason is more practical in that there is no chance of breaking a part that's most often broken in a professional headset. And the third reason is voice call quality of Boomless mics is catching up rapidly to boom mics due to all of the advancement in technology going into Boomless mics. So having said all this and going back to what is available today for our comparison, while all of these headsets have a Boomless microphone design, we don't actually have either an EPOS Adapt 600 series or Bang & Olufsen Cisco 980 headset to compare for best-in-class voice call quality. However, we can safely conclude based on the reviews we've read and heard that we've posted in the links in the description below that neither of these headsets perform very well for voice call quality, especially in noisy environments. So how does the Dell WL7024 compare with our Voyager Surround 80 for voice call quality? Well, keep watching as we'll go over that comparison later in this video, but based on Dell's marketing specs, the Dell WL7024 should perform better, but stay tuned to find out. But for now, let's move into the third requirement. The best professional headset must have best-in-class ANC. So between the Dell WL7024 and our Voyager Surround 80, the ANC on the Dell WL7024 is just so much better, or rather the ANC on the Voyager Surround 80 is just not that strong. And as for the ANC on the EPOS Adapt 600 series or the Bang & Olufsen Cisco 980, based on reviews in the links below, it doesn't sound like they will be either any better than even the Voyager Surround 80. Now moving on to the fourth requirement, the best professional headset must have a comfortable over-the-ear design with best-in-class passive noise cancellation. So between the Dell WL7024 and the Voyager Surround 80, we can definitely say that the Dell WL7024 ear cushions feel not only more comfortable and softer than the ear cushions of the Voyager Surround 80, they also provide a much better seal, which translates to a far superior passive noise cancellation experience as well. However, if you have a larger head and ear size, then the Voyager Surround 80 may work better for you, but for most people, we think that the Dell WL7024 would provide a more comfortable and definitely a better passive noise cancellation experience. And again, while we don't own the EPOS Adapt 600 series or the Bang & Olufsen Cisco 980 headset, for those that do own these headsets, please feel free to leave your experience in the comments below since comfort is very subjective based on each individual. Now, what about sound quality? While sound quality is not one of our 10 most important requirements for what the best professional headset must have, we feel that we should still cover it for those who still do want good sound quality in a professional headset. So the good news is that based on our experience, when listening using the same AAC codec, the Dell WL7024 does sound better than both the Voyager Surround 80 as well as better than our trusted reference, the Bose Quiet Comfort 35-2 headphones, both of which do not have built-in sound presets or a custom 5-band equalizer like the Dell WL7024. In addition, the Dell WL7024 will support the new LE Audio LC3 codec in a future firmware upgrade. So moving on to our fifth requirement, the best professional headset must have a USB-C Bluetooth dongle with an included USB-A adapter. Now, as you can see, only the Dell WL7024 and the Voyager Surround 80 and 85 come with a USB-C Bluetooth dongle with an included USB-A adapter, meaning you don't have to worry about choosing a USB-C or USB-A configuration since you now have the flexibility to use whichever port is available. Note that the Voyager USB-A adapter comes with this string attachment, which some people may or may not like. Moving on to our sixth requirement, the best professional Bluetooth headset must be certified for MS Teams OpenOffice as well as Zoom certified and compatible with all major UC platforms. So even though the Dell WL7024 and the Voyager Surround 80 and 85 both meet this requirement, the EPOS Adapt 600 series has more certified communication platforms under its belt. However, if trying to decide between the Dell WL7024 and the Voyager Surround 80 and 85, it's important to note that the Dell WL7024 is certified for both Microsoft Teams OpenOffice and Zoom and is also optimized for all UC platforms all in one package. Whereas the Voyager Surround 80 and 85 has an MS Teams version and a separate UC version, which not only makes the purchasing decision for some buyers confusing, but also not as flexible as the all-in-one certified and optimized platform support that the Dell WL7024 offers. For the seventh requirement, the best professional headset must have the best-in-class talk time. As you can see, the Dell WL7024 has the longest talk time at 26 hours. For the eighth requirement, the best professional headset must have a dedicated mute, ANC transparency, and MS Teams button controls along with supplemental touch controls. The only headset that fully meets this requirement is the Dell WL7024, which not only has a dedicated mute, ANC transparency, and Microsoft Teams button controls as shown, but also has a very intuitive and easy-to-use touch controls. Simply swipe up or down for volume control during phone calls or music playback, swipe forward or back between song tracks, double tap for play and pause, double tap for an incoming call or hanging up a call, long tap to reject an incoming call, or long tap to activate voice commands. And for the most interesting and innovative touch control gesture, if someone is playing annoying elevator music during your conference call or while on hold during a phone call, then simply triple tap the touch controls and let the dual-directional AI work its magic by removing the music and focusing on the voices if anyone speaks. We were able to test this AI noise canceling feature with great success simply by doing a three-way call with a phone number 719-26-OATS, and once activated, the music was fully blocked and only the other caller's voice could be heard. Moving on to our ninth requirement, which is probably the hardest requirement to meet, the best professional headset must have the best price to performance, and best price to value ratio. Usually, the best price often means the worst performance and or less features and or included accessories. However, as you can see, not only does the Dell WL7024 have the lowest price, but so far it also has the best ANC, passive noise cancellation, comfort, sound quality, and soon enough we'll find out about its call quality. In addition, the Dell WL7024 has the best feature set with the world's first dual-directional AI-based noise cancellation and comes with a USB-C dongle with a USB-A adapter, which the most expensive headsets here do not include. And to top it off, the $359 Dell WL7024 comes with a USB-C charging dock included. The $449 Voyager Surround 80 does not include the charging stand, and only the more expensive version, the $499 Voyager Surround 85, comes with the charging stand. And the two other more expensive headsets in this comparison do not even have a charging dock or stand as an optional accessory, making them the worst value. And finally, for our 10th requirement, the best professional headset must have the best warranty in its class. As you can see, the Dell WL7024 has the best warranty in its class with a 3-year limited hardware warranty with advanced exchange service compared to 2 years on the Poly and EPOS and only 1 year on the Bang and Olufsen. And now to the part which you have all been waiting for, where we'll compare how well Dell's innovative AI-based noise cancellation performs in terms of voice call quality against its closest rival, the Poly Voyager Surround 80 UC, and against the best portable professional headset for voice call quality, the Jabra Evolve 265 Flex, against the best open office headset for voice call quality, the EPOS Impact 1061 ANC, used in the top and most common use case of video conferencing, tested with the most widely used and best overall video conferencing application Zoom, and find out which of these headsets, using the latest firmware, offer the best voice call quality in a quiet noise environment, a constant loud noise environment, a dynamic loud noise environment, and a windy loud noise environment using our same test methodology we outlined in episode 24. In addition, as tested in our previous episodes, we'll again be using our new dynamic loud noise environment test setup as shown here, where we now have 2 distinct female voices in conversation being played back through our left side speaker, while 2 distinct male voices in conversation is being played through our right side speaker, and 1 male voice doing a presentation is being played back through our front speakers. This new test setup will help test how well competing headsets can effectively isolate the user's own voice while blocking out 3 to 5 distinct external multi-directional loud voices and maintaining a loud, clear, and natural voice call quality. So without further ado, let's now dive straight into the voice call quality comparisons. You've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try and sell it. You've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try and sell it. You've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try and sell it. You've got to start with the customer experience and work backwards to the technology. You can't start with the technology and try to figure out where you're going to try and sell it. I don't think it's good that Apple's perceived as different. I think it's important that Apple's perceived as much better. If being different is essential to doing that, then we have to do that. We have to be different in some ways to be much better. I don't think it's good that Apple's perceived as different. I think it's important that Apple's perceived as much better. If being different is essential to doing that, then we have to do that. We have to be different in some ways to be much better. I don't think it's good that Apple's perceived as different. I think it's important that Apple's perceived as much better. If being different is essential to doing that, then we have to do that. We have to be different in some ways to be much better. I don't think it's good that Apple's perceived as different. I think it's important that Apple's perceived as much better. If being different is essential to doing that, then we have to do that. We have to be different in some ways to be much better.
You've got to start with the customer experience.
Someone once told me that time is the predator that stalked us all our lives. I'd rather believe
that time is the companion who goes with us on the journey and reminds us to cherish every moment because it will never come again. Someone once told me that time was the predator that stalked us all our lives. I rather believe that time is a companion who goes with us on the journey and reminds us to cherish every moment because it will never come again. Someone once told me that time was a predator that stalked us all our lives. I rather believe that time is the companion who goes with us on the journey and reminds us to cherish every moment because it will never come again. Someone once told me that time was the predator that stalked us all our lives. I rather believe that time is the companion who goes with us on the journey and reminds us to cherish every moment because it will never come again. What we leave behind is not as important as how we live. After all, only one time. Seize the time. Live now. Make now always the most precious time. Now will never come again. What we leave behind is not as important as how we lived. After all, we're only mortal. Seize the time. Live now. Make now always the most precious time. Now will never come again. What we leave behind is not as important as how we lived. After all, only mortal. Seize the time. Live now. Make now always the most precious time. Now will never come again. What we leave behind is not as important as how we lived. After all, we're only mortal. Seize the time. Live now. Make now always the most precious time. Now will never come again.
So now that you've had the chance to listen to the voice call quality of each of the headsets tested, let's go over our subjective scores and recommendations. As summarized in the table shown, in a quiet environment, all of the headsets scored equally well. However, if I were to nitpick, I would say the Voyager Surround 80 sounded a bit synthesized, but not enough to make a significant difference. In a constant loud noise environment, the Dell WL7024 scored equally well against the EPOS Impact 1061 ANC, which is remarkable considering the Boomless mic design of the Dell WL7024. In a dynamic loud noise environment, this is where the EPOS Impact 1061 ANC pulls ahead, or rather, all of the other headsets start showing their limitations, but both the Dell WL7024 and the Jabra Evolve 265 Flex still had a respectable good score. And finally, in a windy loud noise environment, again the EPOS Impact 1061 ANC outscored all the other headsets. The Dell WL7024 lost out by a fraction of a point to the Voyager Surround 80 in this category, while the Jabra Evolve 265 Flex was not understandable in the wind. So to summarize, based on our subjective scores, we can safely conclude that the EPOS Impact 1061 ANC is still the overall best of the best for 2024 for voice call quality, and still our top recommendation. However, we can also conclude that the Dell WL7024 is the overall best-in-class Boomless mic ANC headset for voice call quality, with some scores equal to that of the EPOS Impact 1061 ANC. And while the voice call quality was just barely usable in a windy loud noise environment, the fact that the other scores were overall better than the boom mic-based Jabra Evolve 265 Flex shows that Boomless mic-based headsets have now caught up in voice call quality to all but the top-tier boom mic-based headsets. Therefore, the Honorable Mention Award goes to the Dell Premier Wireless ANC headset, the WL7024, for achieving best-in-class voice call quality. Now, before we conclude this review, we would just like to list some additional praises, issues, and improvement suggestions with the Dell WL7024 that we hope can be fixed in an expected firmware update by Dell. Let me know in the comments if any of you Dell WL7024 owners also experience any of these issues or have any other issues not listed here or suggestions for improvement, and hopefully Dell watches these reviews and reads the comments and suggestions and takes actions for improvement. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next Weekend Gear Guide episode.